There has not been anybody in this whole politics in Africa. Only two people have walked on the streets to follow people to where they are going. Nkrumah and my mother.
You can see that Fela know about Nkrumah, how important Nkrumah is, and how good Nkrumah also, and how Nkrumah is ready to unite Africa before our leader they preach a fake narrative to almost every single Nigerians. We are hating Ghana for no reason. We are attacking Ghana for no reason. It's not the fault of Nigerian citizens. I can say that it's the fault of our leader. It's our leader preach that fake narrative to us. And you can see Nigerians already consuming that fake narrative that our leader pushed. You can see almost every Nigerian see Ghanaians, they see Ghana as a common, ordinary. It's not their fault. Ghanaians also need to understand that. It's because of the leaders are fighting for their fake interest, their own selfish interest. So when Nkrumah wanted to unite Africa, only Nigeria, almost all the African countries accepted. But according to the history that I read, only Nigeria no accepted. Now, Nigeria, when they no accepted, they went and pushed fake narrative to their people, like to all Nigerians, to consume that fake narrative about Ghana, about Nkrumah. Because if it's not so, if the leaders say no, they are not going to accept it. But if the citizen going to accept that, there is no way there will not be an African unity today. So now, my own observation and my own thinking, that means there's something wrong. That means it's the leader who push all these fake narrative that we are consuming today. Ghana give Nigerian give electricity to light, Nigeria do this. It means it's our leader push that fake narrative that we Nigerians consume. If it's not so, somebody that has never been in Ghana, how can that person know that Ghana is ordinary? How can that person know that Ghana is common? Ghanaian, please, make una no be angry for Nigeria. You people need to do research. How can somebody that has never been in Nigeria before know that Ghana is common and ordinary? Ask yourself now. Mean our leader, there's something wrong. I don't know if majority of you are thinking how I'm thinking, because that is what I'm observing. Because when I hear about African units, yeah, and I hear that our leader did not support it. Now our leader, you know, saying are black people now. Our leaders are also black people. They can bring in something that to discouraging their own citizens to hate Ghana, because the person that is coming to unite Africa is from Ghana. I hope you understand. Now they can bring in a fake news to make the citizen to consume, because if the citizen accepted that Africa must unite, definitely Africa will unite that time. But because of fake narrative that our leader bring, that is what happened. Please, if you're Ghanaians, you're watching this video, don't be almost angry with Nigerians for what they are normally doing. But watch this video to the end, you understand.
What are you talking about? All this nonsense that you have hanging around here. They sit down in cars, man. This government threw my mother out of window, Mrs. Fumilayo Anikulapo Kuti, who fought her blood for this country on the streets.
Africans want to unite. You know that Nigerians, we like good thing. We like travel. Who no like good thing? We will unite now. But because our selfish interest, our leader with their selfish interest, you can see what happened against NSAS. You can see what happened for NSAS. You can see that because of their own selfish interest, they went to it and keep it. So if that kind of thing can happen now, that means there's something wrong. When Nkrumah come to unite Africa, and the only country that is not accepted, only Nigeria, mean there's something wrong. Mean Nigerian leader, they push a fake narrative to the citizen. That is what I just think about it. I don't know if people are thinking it. If it's not from their bowl, there's no how almost every Nigerian will see Ghana as ordinary. Almost every Nigerian believes they are the one giving Ghana life. which is wasn't. Okay, if it's not from leaders, even the people that are working in the House of Assembly in Nigeria, if you ask them this question, they will tell you say na them be the one giving Ghana. That means they know what they are doing. They just use that thing to terminating the African unit among us. I'm suspecting the thing comes from our leaders. People should not be angry with us. If you see a lot of Nigerians going to social media be insulting Ghana because they don't know their roots, and that's why they're doing. Okay, let's watch this video. How do you see this video? Is interested between Ghana Nigerian in the whole African. Ghana Nigerian is the most interesting content. You can see Ghana say, oh, I don't like Nigerians, I don't like you. But do you forget? Ghanaians should forgive Nigerians no matter anything Nigerians do to Ghana. Ghanaians will soon forgive them. Nigerians will always continue hurt Ghanaians, and Ghanaians will always forgive them. Why? Why are them always forgive them? They have a reason. Imagine now when something happened in Nigeria now. Who is going to settle that thing that is happening in Nigeria? Ghana. Yes. For a very long time, if anything happen, it will definitely Ghana will go and settle. Because Nigeria is a junior brother to Ghana. Understand? And Nigeria is a junior brother. And if anything terrible is happened in Nigeria right now, and they say people are running from Nigeria now Ghana be the first destination. No? Because every Nigerian believe that if you only Ghana, you can associate with easy. Almost all the Nigerians believe that. Now, how can we come together now? This thing that Nigerians we are suffering today is from our leader. I see that our leaders already preach a fake narrative to us. They will not be forgiven for that. We know Ghanaians, they love us Nigeria, honestly. And we Nigerians, we always offending Ghana. We know. Will they offend you people, Ghanaians? You people also need to forgive us how we are offending you people. Understand? Although I know some foolish one will still come and drag me for here, it doesn't concern me. What I know is Ghanaians are the most calm people and peaceful people. Nigerians, you have to respect Ghanaians because Ghanaians, they are there for us for a very long time. When you go through your history, honestly, let's be fact. When you go through your history, when Nigerians get independent, according to the history that I have read, Ghana, they pack their teacher, almost everything to go to Nigerians are educating Nigerians in that time. If I'm lying, leave it on the comment section. That means Ghanaians, they are there for us for a very long time. Nigeria, if you only Ghana, we can stay with. We should try to unite, respect them, instead of we coming insulting Ghana. It's not the best way to go. But what?
Okay, what country in Africa does the best jollof TikTok? You better not bring Ghana here. This table is just for the biggest. Mom, you. What the fuck?
You can see TikTok said don't already give the best jollof rice to Ghana. And nothing you can do about it. There's no hatred about it. Let's continue listening to one of our brothers right now, okay?
It seems like most of Nigerians on TikTok or on social media only join social media just to talk about Ghana. Because it really surprises me when you post a video about Ghana, saying something good or post some beautiful places about Ghana, then you will see these Nigerians under comment fighting, and you'll be wondering why would you think a country or a whole country like Ghana, beautiful place like Ghana, you will be living somewhere in your village, insulting the people over here. And most of the people who fight or who insult Ghanaians are the people who have never traveled out of their country or out of their city before. Some people are in Nigeria and they have never stepped a foot in Lagos or even in Abuja. So they still believe in those old saying that somebody tells them Ghana is a small country. So they think Ghana can never have anything that will pass Nigeria. Because I have never seen a Ghanaian under any Nigerian video that has nothing to do with Ghana. I've never seen a Ghana person insulting or telling Nigerians all sorts of rubbish things like Nigerians has been doing. But you post a video on IG, on TikTok, or on Facebook, you just mention Ghana is this, Ghana is that, you start praising your country, and all of a sudden, these Nigerians will start. Ghana is a small country. Ghana don't get anything. Ghana they smell. But we have more than 10 million Nigerians in Ghana. I can tell you. And one thing about this is that most of the Nigerians in Ghana, the ones that I know physically, my friends, they are very good. Like sometimes we meet and we talk about Ghana, Nigeria, we make comparison, but those comparisons doesn't bring any misunderstanding between us. It's rather we just laugh, and it brings more unity among us, because sometimes we do some comparison and you see that Ghana, Nigeria, we are the same. Like we talk about villages in the city, things that happens from our childhood, how we do things, our leaders, all those things. And we end up seeing that we are all one people. But many of these guys in Nigeria, all I think is that those guys who insult a lot on TikTok or on any other social media platform, they have never left Nigeria before, not even their village that they are living. They just get phone. You know, in Nigeria, data no they cost like Ghana. Well, I want you to know that I love my country, Nigeria. I love Ghana too, because Ghana is my home. Born and raised here. And I love Nigeria, and I don't like it when I see Ghana and Nigeria fighting. And people say I do video, I compare Ghana and Nigeria. No. Sometimes it's just for fun. So stop taking it too serious. All my friends are Nigerian. As I'm talking to you now, I'll be going to my Nigerian friend's house. We are going to enjoy some pounded yam, whatever they call it. That's my favorite Nigerian food, you know.
Take a look at this video for a minute. Then when we come back, then we'll go straight to history.
My question is, who is the vice president of Nigeria?
Vice president?
Yes.
Ah.
Who is the vice president of Nigeria?
Vice president of Nigeria?
Yes.
I don't know it.
Okay, don't worry.
Why her? Why her?
Vice president.
Vice president.
Who is the vice president of Nigeria? Full name.
I don't know it. I don't know it.
Who is the vice president of Nigeria?
I have no idea.
Vice president of Nigeria.
Yeah, because I actually do not want to know.
Who is the vice president of Nigeria?
I don't know.
Who is the vice president of Nigeria?
I don't know.
Who is the president then?
Tinubu.
Like full name.
Bolaji Ahmed Tinubu.
You see how shameful and how disgraced Nigeria's school is. Students don't know their vice president. Recently, vice president, Nigerian vice president. Recently, maybe it's somebody that don't know his own vice president. How can that person tell you about the history of the country? How can that person even tell you the history of Nigeria, talk less of the history of Ghana? You don't even know vice president that is right now, vice president of now, they don't know. You hear yourself. They don't know their own Nigerian vice president right now, they don't know. Students don't know their own vice president. See how shameful? But let's go to the Ghana history, African history now.
This African Union now. There is no time to waste. We must unite or we perish.
African unit. He said there is no time to waste. We must unite or we perish. What happened? Why we not unite? Some people are saying that Nigeria is not accepted. Why? When you ask anyone what happened that African did not unite, they will tell you that Nigeria not accepted then. That is the reason why African cannot unite. Now, do you believe Africa can unite today?
The Fifth Pan-African Congress, most of Africa, of course, was colonized. Kwame Nkrumah came to change all this. By 1958, he threw the British out of Cape Coast and named it Ghana. And Nkrumah declared before the entire world that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it's linked with the entire continent of Africa and its unification and liberty. And Ghana and Nkrumah made Ghana the base for every movement that fought against colonialism. Mugabe, who's now the head of Zimbabwe, where was he trained? In Ghana. Go and ask all of them. Nkrumah set up freedom schools, teaching how to use arms to go and fight. It was Nkrumah who built the base and pushed Pan-Africanism. He understood that Africa was divided in 1865 at the Berlin Conference, and that we cannot accept divisions imposed upon us by our enemy. Africa is one, we must unify her. This has been the task. Of course, since Nkrumah, the movement picked up. The independence of Guinea came in the same 1958, later that year.
I keep searching and I keep asking questions. The time Nkrumah wanted to unite Africa, who is the president of Nigeria then? Who is on power? And what happened? Why we cannot unite together? Can anyone tell me more history about it? You know how you can reach out to me. Because I want to know the president in Nigeria then that make Africans to know unite, that say no to this unite. Just want to know more about the history. If you can send them to me, I'm with
Africa. Some of the leaders not do that. Pastors, politicians. I say now waiting them be yo.
Nigerians love Ghana. You want to go to Ghana today. Nigerians love agriculture. You want to go, you want to travel, you want to just go to Ghana. The problem you are facing make Ghana so interesting to you today is your leaders. Don't put your energy towards Ghana or you want to insult Ghana. But let's go directly to history.
Generated that would name the CIA hierarchy as being responsible. While Nkrumah's policies were seen as socialist-leaning and aligned with communist interests, his government did not take direct orders from the Soviet Union or China. In fact, he often criticized the Soviet Union for not doing enough to support African liberation movements. It became obvious when Nkrumah started promoting the African personality as a theme for self-governance. Under the purported lack of democracy excuse, they overthrew Nkrumah, which sent Ghana into a tailspin for decades. So, did conditions in Ghana get better after Nkrumah? This is the question that is never asked. Then consider this irony. We are to assume that the US and the UK...
When Nkrumah wanted to unite Africa, then it's not possible. Africans cannot unite them because of, according to people, they said that it's Nigerian. No one, Nigerians is not, the Nigerian leader then, they did not accept it. Then, Nigerian leader, they not accepted. And this new generation that we are now, do you believe or do you agree that if Nigerians accepted to unite Africa, do other African countries going to accept it? Just ask the question. Because right now, I don't really think if other African countries going to accept of you African unity. I don't really think if the say let's accept it for Ghana, other African countries to accept and make them unite together. Do you really believe that other African countries going to accept it? I don't really think, but your opinion
had so much love for Ghana that they had the moral obligation to free her of Nkrumah's tyranny. Did the coup and the many others that followed result in achieving the ideals that were purportedly lacking under Nkrumah? Instead, we saw a culture of military brutalities and parades of military-style executions. After the coup, the International Monetary Fund rubbed salt to injury by sending a delegation to Accra to tell the military junta to discontinue Nkrumah's industrialization program, which they did. And as a reward, some of them got airports named after them. The US Embassy had long played up Nkrumah's alleged economic mismanagement and poor human rights record, although it tolerated a higher number of political prisoners among the military junta which succeeded him and worse economic outcomes. The National Liberation Council that took over worked towards privatization of state-owned businesses, enabling the restoration of foreign dominance over Ghana's economy as the country was reoriented towards the West.
We need to bring back our history to know what happened then, because it's very important now. Yes, because it's very important now, because I always, every day and day, you'll be seeing Ghana Nigerian dragon fighting all over internet, fighting for something that is not a interesting something. You see some Nigerian coming out, oh, my music is bigger than your own, my jollof rice is this, and it's not end there. Some of them go behind and insult Ghana and other people, and also Ghana will also get angry and come out and also, hey, we too no go agree before you know. Then, but me, what I'm seeing is that if we Nigerians also know our history, that most of our history now, the way when you are checking history, you will see that Ghana performed a lot of duty in Africa history. That means it's good for we Nigerians to go and know more of our history. Then anytime things like this come up, we'll know how to control it. We'll not just come out and say anything anyhow. Understand? That is what my main point on this.
Ultimately, the coup was orchestrated because Nkrumah was seen as a threat to Western economic interests, as they feared he would nationalize resources. The Americans had invested a lot in the Volta Dam and felt that if this project did not succeed, they would lose money and international credibility. They wanted the project completed while minimizing Nkrumah's power. U.S. foreign affairs officials interpreted Nkrumah's policies in the context of Egypt's nationalization of the Suez Canal, the subsequent Soviet funding of the Aswan High Dam, and the 1964 Panama Canal crisis that threatened American control of the waterway. Nkrumah's sponsorship of anti-imperial causes around Africa was understood by Western powers as destabilizing rather than supporting American democracy. His role as a key member of the non-aligned movement, which aimed to chart a viable third way, could only be seen by...
Something that I already noticed. I noticed a lot of things because I'm realizing something, notice something because of this social media of this day. People don't really have time to study their history. People that have time to study history are the old people. But we, the new, especially the new generation of this day, they don't have time to study history. But the best way for we to let the new generation to study history is by this. We should bring it in the video. Because you will bring it in, like when you know, say the light dragon, then you bring in that dragon small and attach history to it. You will see the light consume it. And just like before, when I was Nigerian before, if somebody tell me that Ghana get independent before Nigeria, I will not agree. I will fight you. I will not agree. Before, when I was Nigeria, but when I come to Ghana, I know. Honestly, when I was in Nigeria, they make Ghana look so ordinary as normally. The way you can see majority of them who have not been in Ghana before, we say, hey, Ghana is ordinary. Ghana is common. Yes, this is what they told us. They make Ghana look so ordinary to us in Nigeria. To be honest, and nobody really have time, because after they don't make Ghana look so ordinary, nobody have time to know more about. No, people don't want to know about Ghana. You can see majority of Nigerians want to know more about South Africa. You can in Nigeria, and everybody want to talk about Mandela, sing with Mandela, but you will not see them even want to talk about Ghana at all, because they look down on Ghana to the extent that nobody really care to talk about Ghana, but they can talk about South Africa. Nigeria can be proud singing about South Africa, but it cannot be proud singing about Ghana. Even when I come to Ghana, I started go deep and begin understanding that this is what is going on. If I did not come to Ghana, I don't think that. And they think that is the reason why even till now, as I'm talking to you, people are still seeing Ghana as ordinary, because this is how they I don't know how I can explain it, but you that know on the comment section, you can. This is how they put us. If from our father, they make Ghana look so ordinary to us. It's not like maybe, Nigerians, it's how they train them to look Ghana. Don't be angry. That is the reason why we need to bring the history to them, to make them to understand that these people we are seeing, the South Africa we are seeing, the South Africa are nothing. No, say Nigerian value South Africa well, honestly.
Binary thinking Cold War politicians as anti-Western. US foreign policy in Africa was primarily driven by anxiety about the threat of Soviet and Chinese interests. Africans became ciphers, illegible, except in how they could help unravel communism. US foreign affairs and intelligence officials discussed using psychological warfare to isolate Nkrumah and turn public support away from him. It is striking that mid-level US and British agents felt they had the moral and political right to assess an African regime's right to exist. The lives and interests of people, particularly black people, in a sovereign country were insignificant. Nkrumah firmly believed that political independence was meaningless without economic independence. Thus, by the time he was overthrown in the CIA-inspired coup, Ghana had a whopping 68 sprawling state-owned factories producing every need of the population, from shoes to textiles, to furniture, to lorry tires, to canned fruits, to vegetables and beef, to glass, to radio and TV, to books, to steel, to educated manpower. Virtually everything. Nkrumah wanted to industrialize Ghana within a
Nigerian, and your own is to come to social media, insult Ghana. We should not be doing that. We should not be doing that because Ghana, they are there for our progress for a very long time. They stand for us. They stood by us. There's no history. Now, almost all African. Ghana cover all African history, and they not just cover. They stand for us as in Ghanaians stand for us. Stand for Nigerians for a very long time. Please, if you are doing all this kind of social media attack and insulting Ghana, stop it. It's not going to help. Ghana, they are our brother. Nigeria is a junior brother to Ghana, and Ghana always the seniors. And Ghana, they always stand for us already, which is, stop insulting Ghana, okay?
Single generation, and everything was on course until the powers that be used some disgruntled, self-serving Ghanaian soldiers to stage that coup that slow-rolled Ghana's progress. It was a major setback, not only for Ghana, but the whole of Africa. If Nkrumah had been allowed to complete his industrialization plan, Ghana would today have been another Singapore on the west coast of Africa. However, we are left with nostalgia, only to wonder what might have been if Dr. Nkrumah was never overthrown. Let me know in the comments if you like this type of deep dive long analysis.
See, if Nigerians did not stop what they are doing, if people are doing to Ghana, insulting Ghana, South Africa also will not stop. Because anytime where fights start in South Africa, you will see Nigerians will say, oh, South Africa, we help you. We'll do this thing. This is what you are doing to us. But the same thing, Ghana helped a lot of Nigerians, right? Ghana helped Nigerians to get independent, a lot of things. But Nigerians still come attacking Ghana, insulting Ghana on social media. And then how do you expect South Africa to stop attacking you too? If you want to know, when you give credit to somebody that helped you, but if you do not give credit, how do you expect South Africa also to give Nigerian credit and South Africa also to accommodate you when you are not respecting Ghana? Now wisdom, now wisdom, just think more. My name is Master Manager Nigerian News, and I just want to end it here today. God bless all of you. If you know more history, bring it. We need to educate some people. God bless you. Bye bye.